Cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia's enduring legacy. Mesopotamia, the land between two rivers, is aptly named. This region, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, was a cradle of civilization. It witnessed the birth of agriculture, cities, and writing. The innovations of the ancient Mesopotamians laid the foundation for much of human history. One such contribution, often overlooked, is the development of sophisticated financial practices. These practices marked the birth of accounting and laid the groundwork for modern economic systems. These systems, etched onto clay tablets using their unique cuneiform script, provide us with a fascinating glimpse into the economic life of this ancient world. The rise of writing cuneiform and the dawn of record-keeping. The invention of writing was a pivotal moment in human history. In Mesopotamia, this revolution was ushered in by cuneiform. Cuneiform, meaning wedge-shaped, was a writing system that used a reed stylus to impress wedge-shaped marks onto clay tablets. These tablets, once dried, became durable records. They could withstand the test of time, preserving information for millennia. Cuneiform was initially used for simple record-keeping, such as tracking livestock or grain. However, as society became more complex, so too did cuneiform. It evolved to encompass a wide range of subjects, from literature and mythology to law and astronomy. Crucially, cuneiform played a vital role in the development of accounting. It provided the means to record transactions, track debts, and manage assets. Clay tablets, the first accounting books. Imagine a world without paper or computers. How would you keep track of your finances? This was the challenge faced by the ancient Mesopotamians. Their solution was ingenious clay tablets. These unassuming tablets, readily available and surprisingly durable, became the world's first accounting books. Each clay tablet served as a ledger, recording transactions with remarkable detail. Scribes, trained in the art of cuneiform, would meticulously inscribe information about goods bought and sold, debts incurred, and payments made. These records were essential for merchants, temples, and palaces, allowing them to manage their finances and track their economic activities. Mesopotamian trade, a network of commerce and exchange. The fertile lands of Mesopotamia produced a surplus of agricultural goods. This surplus, coupled with a desire for raw materials not found locally, fueled a vibrant trade network. Mesopotamian merchants traveled far and wide, exchanging goods with neighboring regions. Trade was conducted both locally and over long distances. Local markets bustled with activity, providing a venue for farmers and artisans to sell their goods. For long-distance trade, merchants ventured out on risky journeys, transporting goods by land and river. They traded grain, textiles, and pottery for timber, metals, and precious stones. Section 5, from the Persian Gulf to Anatolia, long-distance trade routes. Mesopotamian trade extended far beyond its immediate borders. Merchants, driven by profit and a thirst for exotic goods, established trade routes that spanned vast distances. These routes connected Mesopotamia with civilizations in the Indus Valley, Egypt, and Anatolia. One of the most important trade routes was the Persian Gulf. Ships laden with Mesopotamian goods sailed south, returning with copper, pearls, and luxury items. Overland routes connected Mesopotamia with Anatolia, a source of silver and timber. These long-distance trade networks facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and culture, shaping the ancient world. Section 6. Temples and palaces, economic powerhouses of Mesopotamia. In ancient Mesopotamia, temples and palaces were not just religious and political centers, they were also economic powerhouses. They controlled vast tracts of land, employed large numbers of people, and played a central role in trade and finance. Temples, dedicated to various gods and goddesses, were major landowners. They received offerings from worshippers and collected rents from tenant farmers. They also engaged in trade, using their wealth to finance expeditions and invest in commercial ventures. Palaces, the residences of kings and their courts, were equally powerful. They collected taxes, controlled trade routes, and oversaw large-scale building projects. Section 7. Priests and royals managing wealth and resources. The management of such vast economic resources required sophisticated administrative systems. Priests and palace officials developed hierarchies of scribes and accountants. These individuals were responsible for keeping track of income, expenditures, and assets. Scribes meticulously recorded every transaction, from the rent paid by a farmer to the purchase of precious metals for a temple statue. They developed systems of weights and measures to ensure fair trade and prevent fraud. Their work was essential for the smooth functioning of the Mesopotamian economy. Section 8. The seeds of banking, loans, deposits, and interest in ancient Mesopotamia. While not banks in the modern sense, temples and palaces in Mesopotamia provided some rudimentary banking services. They acted as intermediaries for loans, deposits, and even charged interest. Individuals and merchants could deposit surplus goods or silver with temples or palaces for safekeeping. These institutions also extended loans, often at interest, to finance trade ventures or agricultural activities. The interest charged on these loans provided a source of revenue for the temples and palaces. Section 9. Barter and commodity money, the foundation of early economies. In the absence of coined money, ancient Mesopotamians relied on a combination of barter and commodity money. Barter, the direct exchange of goods and services, was common for everyday transactions. For larger transactions and long-distance trade, commodity money was used. Grain, silver, and other standardized commodities served as mediums of exchange. Their value was determined by weight and purity. This system, while not as flexible as coined money, facilitated trade and economic activity. Section 10. Taxation and redistribution, funding public works and social order. To finance public works, maintain order, and support the ruling elite, Mesopotamian rulers implemented systems of taxation. Taxes were levied on various economic activities, including agriculture, trade, and labor. These taxes, collected in the form of goods or labor, were used to fund the construction of irrigation canals, temples, and palaces. They also supported the king's court, the army, and religious institutions. Taxation, while often burdensome, was essential for the functioning of the Mesopotamian state. Section 11. Law and order, contracts, and the importance of legal agreements. With the rise of trade and complex economic transactions, legal frameworks became essential. The Code of Hammurabi, one of the earliest known law codes, addressed various economic matters, including contracts, property rights, and debt. Contracts, often inscribed on clay tablets, were used to formalize agreements, protect parties involved, and prevent disputes. These contracts covered a wide range of transactions, from land sales and loans to marriage agreements and inheritance. The emphasis on law and order facilitated trade, reduced risk, and fostered economic growth. The legacy of ancient Mesopotamia continues to shape our world. From the bustling marketplaces to the intricate financial systems documented on clay tablets, their innovations laid the groundwork for modern commerce, accounting, and legal practices. The story of Mesopotamian finance is a testament to human ingenuity and the enduring power of innovation. As we navigate the complexities of our modern economy, it is worth remembering the debt we owe to these ancient pioneers of finance.